Hello and welcome back to the Canaries Chat channel. Today we have another match day vlog. It is Norwich at home to West Brom. Going to be an interesting one. Ryan Mason's team's coming in with I think only 1 point from the last possible 9 points. I think it's been 1 draw and 2 losses. Obviously Norwich coming back from a industrious 1-1 draw against Stoke. A lot of fans not overly happy with that performance and how we kind of turned up to that, and obviously a very dismal display against Wrexham the last time we were at home. It's a tricky one for me with the lineups come out. It's not inspiring me, if I'm honest. Cordoba is back in, but this time it's centre back rather than left back. I think the front three behind Sargent is Fortau, Cernat and Marcondes. Once again, I don't think there's unfortunately a lot of creativity that suits this style of play, should I say, as they did show last year. They can be creative, but unfortunately it's just not kind of really clicked at the moment under Liam Manning. I'm not feeling overly confident. I think I'll probably go with a 2-1 win West Brom. It all seems like these videos are quite down at the moment. I just don't think there's loads to kind of sing and dance about around the performances that we're kind of having in regards to what Liam Manning's presenting to us at home and away. Obviously away form we are technically unbeaten. We've got the derby coming, which will be really interesting to see how we approach that. I don't think a lot of Norwich fans are overly excited about the derby, but at the end of the day, away from home is where we're picking up points, so it's not kind of unrealistic to say that we shouldn't pick up points there. But yeah, I think at home it's been dismal display after dismal display. We'll talk about the stats, or Manu will talk about showing a bit of heart, but that has got to come from the manager. So as I say, I'm going to go with the 2-1 loss. I know it's negative, but that's just my thoughts. Praying and hoping it is something different. But yeah, let's get down to Carrow Road.
Goal number 9, Josh May.
And that is over. So it's finished 1-0 West Brom. Yeah, a lot of kind of boos at the end, a lot of kind of chance towards Liam Manning about being useless. You can fill in the words at the start. It does feel a little bit now like his days are numbered. I think as soon as the crowd starts saying things like that, you are definitely on the ropes. Obviously, we've got the derby coming up. If that goes well, he may get a little bit more time. I think if we now lose against Ipswich, that's probably him done. I don't think Napper will obviously want to pull the trigger either, because I think if he pulls the trigger on Manning going, he's kind of signing his own kind of release of duty, because I just don't think he could probably keep his job with Manning and Thorpe being his appointments. But in regards to the game, I thought Stacey had a really good first half, looked quite a second half. I think it's Griffiths, their goalkeeper, pulled off 2 absolute worldies. One from a McCammer header from my position, that looked like an unbelievable save. And then the second was him getting across the goal quickly for Cernat, which was, another really good save. I just don't think as good as the McCammer one. I don't think Vlad had a lot to do, to be honest, and that's quite telling for the game. I think we had a lot more shots, but it just felt like the creativity we were devoid of any creativity. Jurasek came on, looked sharper, but away from that, there was nothing creativity-wise. It felt like we were relying on a Matson or a McLean ball over the top for Sarge or a Stacey cross, and they cottoned on to that, they marched Stacey out of the game, and then, the last 10 minutes were a bit more positive, but we were chasing the game, so it did feel like we had to kind of try and do something, but all in all, quite disappointing. There was talks of it maybe being like one of our better home performances, or maybe our best home performance, but for me, that's comparing like 3 or 4s out of 10 performances to a 5 out of 10 performance today. I don't think it's anything to rave about. It probably shows how far our standards have maybe slipped over the last kind of few home games. That's now 5, I believe, home games on the trot that we have lost. It's just not a good place at the moment, and with the derby looming, I can only see it getting worse, especially if we lose. But in regards to the game, West Brom, I don't think they looked overly special. I compare them to kind of the way Coventry were. They didn't look kind of close to Coventry. They kept the ball well. They're tidy in possession, and everything that we probably should be in those positions. But they didn't kind of seem majorly creative going forwards or create loads of problems. Vlad didn't have a save to make apart from picking the ball up out of the back of the net. So, another, what's the word? A solemn kind of video again. It's the running theme, it seems to be, on these vlogs, these previews, these reactions, but unfortunately that's just what Norwich are doing to fans at the moment. And it'll be very interesting to see that those talks. Well, Canary Call were maybe hinting that Manning was resting McCammer for the Ipswich game, which just seems a little bit silly. Just adding more and more pressure on that game. Mahovo came back from an injury, looked relatively sharp. Fisher unfortunately didn't have the best game, but I thought Stacey, had definitely one of his better games for us. Looked a real outlet, but once again, probably quite showing all the times when our right back is the most attacking outlet that we had for most of the game. So, as always, if you've enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.